My name is Sola Janet-Browne. I studied psychology with professional development at Brunel University. I achieved a first class degree and I graduated in the summer of 2019. I'm now doing my PhD at the University of Warwick in applied psychology. So my most important piece of advice to current students would be know your strengths and your weaknesses and get help. The university literally has so many people, so many services, so many places you can go to get help for the things that maybe you feel you're not the best at or you need help with or something you're just worried about. One example is I knew that statistics was going to be a big part of my degree when I started, and maths and statistics were not my strong point in general. So especially in my final year, I knew that I was going to have to get help. So I went to lots of SPSS workshops at the library. SPSS is a statistical data analysis software which we had to use on our course for analysing data, and I really needed help with that. So I went to as many workshops as possible and got the help that I needed. Other places you can go is speak to your personal tutor and speak to your lecturers. So many students don't take advantage of this, but these people are literally there to help you, to advise you and to guide you. So if there's something you don't understand or there's something you're worried about, these are the people you can speak to who can help you or point you in the right direction. So definitely make use of that. And also speak to people in the years above you. They are literally in the perfect place to advise you because they've been there and they've done that. So just get different opinions, like ask them how they studied, where they got help with X, Y, Z. That can be really useful as well. Common misconceptions that I've noticed students have about university is that the whole point or like the aim is to just get in, get your degree and get out. From my personal experience, I can say that that is not the way to do it. While you're at university, try and get involved in as many things as you feel comfortable to or you feel like you can manage. University is about so much more than just the degree. A lot of people will come out of university with a degree, so you need to do things that make you stand out, whether that's joining a society, becoming part of the committee for the students' union or another club, joining a sports team, volunteering, doing languages, whatever it is that you are interested in and you're enthusiastic about. Get involved, because those things not only help you, they help to enrich your university experience, but they also help you to stand out in the real world when it comes to looking for a job. Did I work while studying? Yes, I did. I worked throughout my time at university, part-time. I had various different jobs. I worked on campus as a receptionist at the main reception. I absolutely loved that job. I had a great team of people that I was working with and I really enjoyed that experience. They were very flexible with my hours, knowing that I was a student, knowing that I was also part of the athletics team, and so I had training on most days and they were really able to accommodate that, which really helped me. And I also worked as a student ambassador for the university, and I used to coach athletics on Saturday mornings sometimes as well. So I did quite a few odd jobs, and to be honest, I found it okay balancing. And what you can do is just be really honest with your employers, be really honest with people you're working with about whether it's lectures or deadlines and your timetable and things like that. Just be really transparent and they're usually willing to accommodate that. Academic skills services that I used while I was at the university, yes, as I mentioned before, SPSS workshops from the Ask service really helped me. Basically just saved my life with my dissertation. And I also went to a couple of their writing workshops and they had lots of resources online, so definitely check them out. To be honest, it was a mixture. Sometimes I studied in my room, sometimes I studied in the library, sometimes I studied in one of the coffee shops on campus or even in town. It really varied depending on what mood I was in, how stressed I was. Sometimes it helps to be around people, and sometimes being around people while I study is the absolute last thing that I need. It really just changed and varied, and what I loved about the campus at Brunel was that there were so many options. There's so many different places to study, so many different rooms, buildings, cafes. I'd probably say my favourite place was the hotel. The hotel on campus has sort of a lounge, restaurant, bar area, and it's really cozy, really comfortable, and the staff are so nice. They were always so nice, so accommodating, and to be honest, I loved studying there. And it's really nice in the summer also because they've got a little courtyard outside. So I'd say the hotel, the Lancaster Hotel and Spa, was my favourite place to study. I lived both on and off campus. In my first year I lived off campus, and then I lived in a house with some of my friends. I sort of went between the two, but I would say I definitely preferred living on campus. For me, it was just more convenient, it made things easier, everything was nearby. So yeah, I preferred living on campus, but I'm glad I had the experience of living off campus as well. But with on campus, I just like that everything was included in the bills. Which isn't really real life. Usually you're going to have to sort out your water, your electricity, your internet yourself, but with living on campus you just pay your fee every term and it's all included, and I love that. It just made my life easier. I like to be busy. I'm just that kind of person. I like to be doing lots of different things. It helps me to be more organised for some reason. So I was part of the athletics team. I did high jump and triple jump. I was also part of the weightlifting club, and I did netball for a little bit. But the main one that I was part of for my whole time at university was athletics, and I really enjoyed that, and it really helped me to be disciplined and helped me to persevere, and I learned a lot of transferable skills that I used on my degree also, which I really appreciate. I also did some life drawing classes at the Arts Centre, and I studied French. So Brunel does free language courses. I hope they still do them for free. So the whole time I was at university, free language courses, and so I studied French up to level 3, and I really enjoyed that, and it also looks great on your CV, and it's just a great life skill to have. I would say skills that I've learned at university were definitely useful for real life. I would say mostly skills that I learned on my placements. So I did 2 placements, one in clinical psychology and one in research and cognitive psychology, and I thoroughly enjoyed especially my clinical placement. I learned so much about the real world of clinical psychology, and it really put into perspective the difference between theory-based learning and sitting inside a lecture room and going through PowerPoints and learning that way, or reading your textbooks, and actually getting stuck in and being in the real world, being in the clinics, seeing outpatients and working with different groups of people. It really changed my perspective on psychology, and I learned a lot, skills that I'm even able to use now on my PhD, which I'm really grateful for. I would say talk to other people. Try not to just get into that bubble of where you just feel like you're all by yourself and you're stressed and you don't know how you're going to do anything. Talk to others, like I said before, talk to people in the years above you, talk to your personal tutor, talk to your lecturers. There is such a wealth of information and resources around you. But one thing I would say is, depending on what your dissertation topic is, you might have to also look elsewhere. So I would say make sure you have a good relationship with your dissertation supervisor. If not, If you're not comfortable or you just don't feel like you're getting what you need, you can change supervisors. So this is something that I think, especially for your final year projects, is really, really important, especially if you're doing something that is an area outside of your supervisor's expertise. So I would definitely use all of the resources around you, but also if you feel like you are doing something that's a little bit different, speak to other people who may have done the same thing or something similar, and find out where you can go. I'd say that's the most important thing, really, is finding out what you need to know and then how you can gain access to that information, and just making sure that you do that. And if there's anything you're worried about or unsure about, don't suffer in silence, don't suffer alone. There's so many services at the university that can help you, or at least point you in the right direction.